Hey, what's good, y'all? Hey, I want to touch on this topic real quick, man. I'm gonna try to make it as short and sweet as possible. A lot of you females out here got this independent thing going on. You don't need a man for nothing until you feel like you need him for something, whether it be sex or whatever. It's more to life, man, than how you look. You know what I'm saying? How people perceive your appearance, okay? Because it seemed like, man, that's really all that matters to a lot of these chicks is how they look, how they appear to someone, or what type of vehicle they got or what type of clothes they got. It's more to life than that, man. A lot more to life. If you independent and you say you can do whatever a man can do and all of that shit, then you shouldn't have to go to a man when you need some type of assistance with fixing something or something like that. The only thing you should need a man for is some penis. Or, I'm just saying, that's just a choice. But when something gets broken in the house, you should be able to fix that. Plumbing, you should be able to fix that. All that shit. Something go wrong with your vehicle, you should be able to fix that. Because 9 times out of 10, it's going to be a man. If you can't fix it, you're going to have to end up taking it to a man. My youngest daughter's mother, which she's pretty young herself, but she's about 31. Now, all three of them have that attitude, but the youngest one, she doesn't mind working. You know what I'm saying? She'll work. She's cool with. If she ain't got no job, she an asshole. She all bitchy and shit. As soon as she get a job, she cool. Just as long as she can get to work and make some money, she all right. You know what I'm saying? She don't mind working and shit like that. So she got a little Honda HRV or something like that. It's not a CRV, it's an HRV, 2018. Now, the vehicle has an oil leak, but you can't see the oil leak. Not in all vehicles you're going to be able to see the oil leak. Some vehicles are built different where it can leak inside underneath of certain pans and things like that can hold the oil, and then it comes out in different little crevices and creaks of the vehicle. And you might see a little bit of oil and just assume that, oh man, I just got a small oil leak. But then every time you turn around, it's saying your oil pressure low. You have a significant oil leak, but you just can't see it as being a significant oil leak because of where it is. Just little shit that I've learned from having vehicles, man. You know what I'm saying? I ain't trying to get too deep into it. I ain't trying to confuse nobody that may not know about that sort of thing. But she's burning oil or losing oil. And I'm telling her, you're not supposed to be burning and losing oil because you got a leak. Oil is not supposed to leave out of your car, man. Maybe a little bit. Not, it might burn a little bit. It's not supposed to. You're not supposed to have to refill and put oil back into your engine after you've already gotten an oil change. You're not supposed to keep having to put quarts of oil in. If you do, something's wrong. You have a leak somewhere. So she's doing this, and it's crazy because she knows the type of oil that goes in there. I think she said it was I something 20. I never heard of this oil. So I figured it was synthetic oil. So I look it up, the name that she was saying. And I'm like, okay, this is synthetic oil. I say, man, what type of oil did you put in your car? She say she wasn't really sure off the top. And I'm tripping because I'm like, how she know the type of oil that goes in there, but she don't know the type of oil that she put in there. She claims she was rushing and shit like that, man. Like, you listen, all that, this is your vehicle we talking about. And I'm just speaking to y'all. It's not what I was saying to her because it falls on deaf ears, man. When people got to learn the hard way. You know somebody, it ain't no need of wasting your breath. Sometimes they got to just see shit for themselves. But if you talking about your vehicle, your livelihood, something to get you from point A to point B, ain't no making no mistakes. It ain't no you wasn't thinking and all of that type of shit. I was rushing. Nah, man, that's your second home. You got to take care of that. You can't just be putting it, just like you don't put just anything in your body, you don't put just anything into your vehicle, okay? And you have to give that vehicle what is required. Some vehicles require premium gas. If you put bullshit gas in it trying to be cheap, your vehicle might not run right, okay? The life expectancy of your engine may diminish because of that, because you're trying to save money and be cheap and shit. If you want to be cheap, get a car that takes regular unleaded. Don't get a fucking expensive ass car, a foreign car, trying to impress everybody else, but you don't even got the fucking money to put premium gas in it, what the vehicle calls for. sit the fuck down somewhere. Just stop it. People's priorities are all fucked up. And I'm not saying mine's is the best, but it's better than a lot of what I've been seeing lately. So she calls me, man. I was taking a nap or whatever. So yeah, I don't know, maybe like 10 minutes after she called, I look at my phone and shit. Like, she's wanted to ask me a question about the car and shit, ask me about the oil. That's how that came up. I'm checking the shit. A little 5-cylinder. She got 5 spark plugs. How many other spark plugs your car has? So you got an 8-cylinder, you got 8 plugs. You got 6-cylinder, you got 6 plugs. 4-cylinder, you got 4 plugs. So forth and so on. That's how that goes. It wasn't smoking when I came out, but she was telling me what it was doing. So man, she went to the trash to get the fucking oil that she put. It was a 5-quart jug, yo. A fucking 5W30 conventional oil, yo. Now, if it was 5W30 synthetic, that's what I put in my truck, my big boy truck. My black truck, the work truck, takes conventional. Now, the thing about these vehicles is you can put synthetic oil in a conventional engine, but you can't switch it back to conventional once you do that. It extends engine life, that you don't have to get oil changes as frequently with synthetic oil, and it's way more expensive. It's better on the engine. You don't have to get oil changes as frequently. You know what I'm saying? Good. You know what I'm saying? Gives your car good mileage, make it ride smoother and do things better. Synthetic oil is just better. But you cannot put conventional oil in an engine that calls for synthetic. You can't do that. It won't ride right. Okay? She put the whole 5 fucking quarts in there, man. I thought it was just a quart she put in there. I didn't even know she was that low. She was that low to where she needed a whole 5 fucking quarts. That's a leak. That's a fucking oil leak. But when I looked under there, you only see a small thing of oil that done dripped out. That oil was just sitting somewhere, or how can I say it? It like gathers up, right, into one part of that engine, and it comes out slowly. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's in a certain pocket somewhere where we can't see. But being that it's a 2018, there's probably not a lot of cracks and crevices for the oil to come out at, unless it was in the oil pan, where the plug is, where, you know, they drain the oil out and it pumps out of there. So I said, you definitely got an oil leak. So the best thing that we can do, we're going to have to change this goddamn conventional oil. Got to flush that shit out of there, put synthetic oil back in. It was a little tapping going on, so I told her, hey, man, it's a possibility. You might need a head gasket, or I forgot what that other thing is called. Damn, it's right on the tip of my fucking tongue right now. It might be an oil bearing. I might have been talking about, I don't know. But anyway, I said if it doesn't smooth out, you may need to replace one of those things. But she wasn't driving the car for too long. Soon as she knew that it wasn't sounding right, she straight brought it to the house or whatever. And, you know what I'm saying, just let it sit there, you know what I'm saying, until can figure out, you know, what's going on with the motherfucker. But I say that to say this, man. It's just like, ask questions, man. What's wrong with asking questions if you don't know something, man? What's wrong with asking questions? She said she's been putting that synthetic oil in her vehicle every time it needed it. But today, she chose conventional oil. 5W30. She saw that it said 5W30 on it, and she still got it. Now, like I said, synthetic oil is synthetic oil, but some is thicker, some is thinner, just like conventional oils. But it's still synthetic. If that 5W30 was synthetic, she wouldn't have had that much of a problem. You see what I'm saying? It wouldn't have been that much of a difference because it's still full synthetic oil. So, like I said, ain't nothing wrong with being independent. But if you're not sure about something, man, I mean, how much hate can you have towards men to where, you know what I'm saying, you just really want to think that you can do everything a man can do? You can. You cannot do everything a man can do. You can't. You can't. You can't. Just like a man can't even do everything that a fucking woman can do. And why would he want to? So why would y'all want to do what a fucking man could do? Why? You don't find that odd? Like strange? Like some type of mental issue or something? Like, you know what I mean? Be proud of your femininity. Just like a man is proud of his masculinity, don't call a man toxic for being proud of his masculinity. And then you'll call him a faggot when he acting like a bitch. You know what I'm saying? No, you can't have it both ways. You know what I'm saying? Hey, ain't nothing wrong with asking for help, man. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Because if you hate the opposite sex that much, or you want to prove something to people so bad that ain't even really looking at the situation like that, they don't know what the fuck is going on. They just like, well, why you do this? Why you do that? You know what I'm saying? Now you gotta, explain this stupid goddamn decision that you made for whatever reason, and you still need help from the same person or the same people that you claim to, I don't know, got so much fucking hate or what's that shit called, man? Like malice or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't understand it. I don't understand it. You will cost yourself thousands of dollars calling yourself independent, and you don't know what the fuck you doing. If you independent, know what you're doing. Learn what you're doing. Don't just think you got it all figured out. You know what I'm saying? Because you did a couple of things or whatever. You fixed a couple of things before. Hey, man, look. You need a man, okay? You need a man. And a man needs a woman, whether he believe it or not. If you didn't need a man, it wouldn't be no men here. If we didn't need women, it wouldn't be no women here. Okay? We all have certain roles and parts. We're all built a specific way. You know what I'm saying? To do certain deeds while we're here on earth. It's just like that. You gotta accept it. Anything outside of that is insane. It's insane. Shout out to the women that know who they are. The feminine women who are, who embrace their femininity. Shout out to them, man. The ones that know, hey, I ain't no motherfucking man. You know what I'm saying? I ain't trying to do that. Because like I say, let's just be honest. At the end of the day, it ain't too many women out here that's going to want to get their hands oily and greasy. Even a gay woman, even a butch. They do not, it's very rare that you're going to see a butch working on a car, getting her hands oily and greasy and leaving the job with her hands black. It's rare. I don't give a fuck what type of female. Okay? So 9 times out of 10, you're going to end up with a man working on your car, sweetie, at the end of the day. Black Dr. Phil, I'm out, man.